how to practice chords so they just sound nice and smooth and fluid, and maybe different ways to play them. This is just when you're starting out. You want to go over all of the open string and I guess more fretted chords. And so what the thing is you want to do is just make sure they sound nice and clean, nice and clear, and you want to be timing it out so you can go from one chord to the next smoothly. So all your different chords, just the basic A, B, C, D, E, F, G, what you want to do is when you fret them, you want to make sure you hear every single note that's happening in there. We have the G chord. You can hear every single note that's going on there. C. Because you want them to sound nice and clean first off. A. Go through on and on, you go through all the different chords, and once you have that down, I would say do the chords major, and major chords would be making sure you have the first, third, and fifth of the scale. That's what makes up a chord. So you have the root note, which is 1, 1, 2, 3, the B, and then that's the third. And then the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the D. And what happens is that's just mimicked, those three notes are just repeated throughout the rest of the chord right here. So you have 1, 2, it goes back up to 1 actually for the G chord. And then so what you want to do is from practicing to going from one chord to the next, time it out and go the tempo, use the tempo that's good for you to go smoothly from one chord to the next. So you can just go basically, say we're going from C or a G to C. I time it out and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that tempo is too fast, just slow it down. You want to make sure you hear every single note, and it's done within timing, because timing that is an essential part of music. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so practice that. Practice it nice and slow so you hear every single note, and then you go from one chord to the next within a tempo. Use a little metronome to help you out with that. And it would be good to learn the major and the minor. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So get that timing down right. And another thing is dynamics, which just means really how loud or soft that you're playing. I know when you first start out, you just bang on these chords to get them out, because it's kind of your fingers aren't used to it, so you end up just playing a lot heavier when you first start playing, but not purposefully. It just sort of happens. So what you want to do is just be aware of how hard you're hitting the strings, and realize that if it's too loud, make sure you're doing it on purpose. So control yourself. You're playing, you can play loud or play soft. So basically, I think that's all the little things I wanted to go over with you. So basically, you want to get control. That's the big thing. So that's going to take a while, and it's easier for I say on the electric because the strings are a bit thinner, and usually the strings are closer to the fretboard also. So just practice that with any type of chords doing. Basic simple chord, doing like jazz chords or blues chord. Just make sure they're all well, you can hear them all. They ring out nice and properly. Alright, that'll do guys. Thank you very much.